What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Crissy Mac, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my medication. So many of you have been asking me, what do I take? Am I still on this? Am I still on that? So I said, let's go ahead and dive deep. I actually brought out my kidney book from the beginning of time. I know it's been like 3 years and I still have this book. So I said, you know what? Let's start from the beginning. And I'm gonna go over where I'm taking right now, just for those that are new to my channel and doesn't know my whole story. We're gonna go through all of that today. So if you guys know anyone that can benefit from these types of videos, please go ahead and share with them. And if you're new to my channel, what's up? Take a moment to hit subscribe to be notified when I post my next kidney video. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive deep into this. So let's meet the heroes of my story. We have Cellcept and Miss Prednisone. And you guys know I do the Bella infusion, and I do that once a month. These are the medications that keep my transplanted kidney happy and keep my life on track. Taking these medications may not be the most exciting thing in the world, but let me assure you, it is crucial for me to take these and others like me. These medications are my lifeline. They can make all the difference between life and, well, you guys get the gist. So after my kidney transplant, my immune system needed to be managed so it doesn't attack the new kidney. And that's where the Prednisone and Cellcept comes in. They help prevent rejection and keep my immune system in check. I take them every 12 hours to maintain a stable level in my body. I've always taken those medications from day one. Those have never changed. The Belatacept came in after, but I just want to go over these that I have here in the book. Only just because, some people are now getting their kidney transplant and they want to know, who else is taking the same medications that they were taking. I know there's so many people, people that I personally know that's on a ton of medication. But also, everybody's situation is different. People got high blood pressure. Some people have diabetes. Some people have just other issues. That's why they're on so many other medications. Again, for me, just as a backstory for those of you that do not know, I have battled lupus. Because of the lupus and my pregnancy is what took down my kidneys. And so that's where I landed. So for me, let's go over what I used to take. So let's start off with Prograf. I was taking this capsule at 9 a.m. and at 9 p.m. That's my time frame. You can adjust with your doctor what works best for your lifestyle. I just didn't want to take nothing too early in the morning because I'm not really that much of a morning person and I don't want to take anything too late. So I figured 9 and 9 is just a perfect time for my life. So I was taking Prograf, and like I said, that prevents rejections just as well. And those doses needed to be maintained between a 5 and an 8. So we was constantly running a lot of labs in the beginning. For those of you that are on it, you guys already know that your doctor wants to see where your level's at, because if it's too high, they're going to drop it. If it's too low, they're going to tell you to bring it up. Like for one instance, it used to say, hey, take 4 capsules, because I guess I had the 1 milligram. And so it told me to take 4 capsules in the morning, 4 at night. And then eventually I have it crossed off, take 3 in the morning, 3 at night. So it was constantly fluctuating, but I did take Prograf. For those of you that do not know, you cannot have any grapefruit or pomegranate while taking this medication. And it's listed here, big and bold, do not contain any grapefruit or pomegranate, because it just clashes with your medication. So I never took that. Let's see, what else did I take? Now with the Prograf, I had a lot of hair loss. I also had a lot of tremors in my body, that vertigo where I just feel like I stand up, I feel like I'm gonna fall. I had so much issues while I was on this medication that I used to complain all the time. But at my hospital with Emory, this is not a medication that they want to keep you on long term. So they had already had plans of switching me off of the Prograf and letting me get onto the Belatacept infusion. If you guys go way back into my videos, I got my transplant during the pandemic time. And because I got it during the pandemic time, I could not go into the hospital at the time where I needed to switch. So we had to keep me on Prograf for a longer time. I mean, it wasn't that much longer, but I probably was on the Prograf for about a good almost a year. And I think I was supposed to get up at 9 months. But again, I couldn't go into the hospital because this is something that you have to take at a hospital setting or a place where you can actually get infusion. If the hospital is too far for you, I would suggest asking, is there an infusion center that you can go to that's local? Because sometimes if I can't make it to the main campus, I do go to an off campus, but this is for like, where cancer patients go and people that do infusions, they will allow me to go to that because it's all Emory, it's all connected. They don't mind. Obviously, when you go into a facility like that, you cannot be sick. You have any issues because you are dealing with other people that has immune issues as well. So, they're dealing with cancer. If you're sick, they're going to tell you to get up. Because there was one time I wasn't feeling that great. They're like, hey, we need you to go get a COVID test, make sure all is good. And as much as I was already in the chair, by that time when they asked me those questions, they actually let me leave. They told me to get my stuff and go because there are cancer patients around and I couldn't do my treatment that day, which I was off. I understand, I have family members that have cancer, so I completely get it. So I got up and I went and got my test and then I came back and I was able to get my infusion at that point because all was good. So that was one of the medications that I was taking in the beginning. Most people are on this medication. Not a lot of hospitals talk about the Belatacept infusion. If that's something that you're interested in, if you notice that you're having a lot of issues with Prograf, I suggest talking to your team about it. Not everybody's hospital is at the same level. I just know that with Emory, they've done a lot of research. I can vouch for Emory. I love that hospital. It's a teaching hospital just as well, but they said that when I take the Bella infusion, my kidney will last longer, less side effects, and they're completely right. I've had so much less side effects since I've been on the Bella infusion, and I got off of the Prograf. The twitching and all of that has stopped. My hair has grown back. I know it's in braids, but you've guys seen my videos. My hair has grown back nicely. So I'm personally happy that I'm off of that medication. But again, with any medications that we're taking, we're just going to have to see what the future holds. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is perfect. But just for my current state right now, the Belatacept infusion works perfect for me. Now, the downside about that is that you do have to go into the hospital. It is a 30-minute infusion, but again, you got to get in, you got to get checked. Sometimes they do blood work depending on how long you've had your transplant. So you're not going to get out within that 30 minutes. You have to have time for before and after and things of that nature. So I always tell people, give yourself at least 2 hours because they also have to make this infusion once you get there. So they have to submit the script and make it and then bring it to you, hang the bag, put your IV in, and so forth. So you do have to have the time once a month. But again, it's once a month versus taking multiple pills every single day. And, we're going to get into another video at a later time on how I manage all the different pills that I was taking. And I know a lot of you guys are on multiple medications and I get DMs saying it's overwhelming. It's so much. You don't know where to begin. It's just too much. So I will make a separate video on that for you guys in the future. So another medication that I was taking, which like I said, is the Cellcept, that also prevents rejections. They always say that it may cause diarrhea. Don't take it within 1 hour of magnesium or calcium. I haven't had any diarrhea issues. I was on Cellcept a very long time ago. They tried to put me on that for my lupus and I had really bad side effects. Like my veins was popping. I felt like I was the Hulk. But this time around, my body, I guess, maybe adjusted. I'm doing okay on it this far. So I haven't had any issues with that. I am not taking any calcium or magnesium or anything of that nature, so I don't have to worry about that. But for those of you that are, just make sure that you do not take it within 1 hour of taking your magnesium or calcium. So Prednisone. Now Prednisone is hitting, well, just like the Cellcept, it's hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, right? And I say that because it is helping with my lupus and it's helping with my kidney transplant. Now, we want to keep my lupus as quiet as possible, and this is doing the job at the moment. Now, sometimes, yes, you do get inflammation and certain other things that causes your body to be out of whack. But overall, these are the medications that will quiet my lupus as well. So the Prednisone, I'm taking 5 milligrams of Prednisone. I take that once a day. I take it in the morning because I feel like it keeps you awake. So I'm not taking that at nighttime. So I take that first thing in the morning. That also helps prevent rejection. It's a steroid, so you do want to take it with food. With this, it is going to pack on the weight, especially according to your dosage. The more you are, the higher you are in your dosage, you better be prepared for that weight gain. Otherwise, you need to be in the gym. This is why I stress. This is why I do a lot of workout videos. This is why I'm pushing like healthy living fitness into this channel, because I know firsthand that it's going to allow you to gain weight. Because I've gained so much weight compared to when I first got the transplant. And I'm talking about like damn near 50 pounds. Like, and I know I'm still small, right? But I had lost a lot of weight when I was, on dialysis. And after I got my kidney transplant, I was a real stick figure. I don't even like looking back at some of those videos because I looked really, really bad. Like my face was something. You could see all my bones and it was really, really bad. But besides that, Prednisone is something that I'm going to have to take for life. It is a steroid, so you need to be mindful when taking these medications. You need to be getting your eyes checked every single year because it can affect your eyes. I'm not saying that it will, but it can affect your eyesight. So they always say, make sure you go. I go every year. I showed you guys in my channel. I document everything on this channel if you guys don't know that already. But I documented me going to see the eye doctor. I believe I did that either the beginning of this year or the end of the year. I believe I did that appointment and my eyes were good. Everything is going good. So I don't have nothing to worry about in regards to that. And I will see her again in the next couple of months just to get a follow-up in regards to that. Also, your bones. So I did do a bone density test. Everything came back good with that. So there's a lot of side effects of taking steroids. But again, that's what's keeping me alive. And so I'm going to do what I need to do so I can be here to see my kids, my family, and, just enjoy my life to the fullest. Another medication I was on was Bactrim. So I had to take Bactrim for 6 months. That's to prevent any bacterial infections when you first get started. I believe it's like that big white pill, but I had to take Bactrim. So if you guys are taking Bactrim, comment below, let me know some of the medications that you are on. I don't know if we're the same or if we're different, but it's always good to know what other people are taking. And don't forget, you're not just replying to me, you're helping other people when you comment on my channel as well, because people are searching for videos and they're looking to see what other people are going through. And this is a community. So I want you guys to comment and let us know what you're taking just as well, just so you can kind of guide other people. I also took oh gosh, guys, you guys, I'm not really good at pronouncing some of these things. I want to say it's Belatacept. I think that's what it's called. I took this for 3 months to prevent viral infections just as well. You guys know I did have high blood pressure. Oh, really high blood pressure when I was on dialysis. But before that, I never dealt with high blood pressure. So I knew the high blood pressure came from, with the kidneys failing and everything happening. That's where my high blood pressure. So I was on multiple high blood pressure. I was on nifedipine and carvedilol, I believe is how you say it. So we end up taking the nifedipine out because I didn't need it. The blood pressure was, getting better. So we just kept that one. I took half a tablet in the morning and at night. And that is to treat, like I said, high blood pressure and heart failure, it says. I don't have any heart issues, but it's just something that's on the paper that I'm reading to you guys. And I personally, I wouldn't say I took myself off of it, but I did pressure my doctors. I told you guys to be an advocate when it comes to your health. Don't just take anything just to take it. Ask questions. Figure out why you have to take this. What's going on? So with the high blood pressure, I started noticing like my blood pressure was good. I was taking my machine. I have a machine at home in the bag. I don't do it at home much anymore because it's perfect now. But at that time, I'm like, my blood pressure is good. Why am I taking this? So I was taking it and then it would drop too low. And, I just wasn't feeling right. So I said, hey, doc, I need to get off of this high blood pressure pill. He's like, well, I'm not sure. Let's slowly. I'm like, sir, listen to me. I need to get off of this medication because I'm fine. My blood pressure is good. He's like, have you been tracking it? Absolutely. Here's my book because I documented everything. Like, I want you guys to write down, like, what you're doing, your experience. It's always good to kind of have that because when you go into a doctor's office, you can tell them, hey, this is what I experienced this time of the day. This is what I ate. This is what happened. And so he was like, okay, you've been monitoring, your body. He's like, let's go ahead and start weaning you off. And I said, okay, because there's no reason for me to take this, just one less pill out of the bunch. So eventually I got myself off of that and I've been good ever since. But working out helps with that just as well. It's, you know, it stabilizes everything. So you definitely want to incorporate walking and exercising as soon as possible. Walking you should be doing from day one. Exercising, I wouldn't say start lifting and doing anything until you get clearance from your doctor in regards to that. So let's see what else I was taking. They had me taking something for my phosphorus levels, but I got off of that very quickly because even when I was on dialysis, I wasn't taking those medications because my phosphorus levels were good even through dialysis. I know a lot of people say, oh, they dealt with, you know, they had to take the binders, they had to do this. I didn't have to do any of that. I never took it because my levels were good. Again, I took control of my own health. If I saw that my levels were good and it was consistently good, why am I going to get on some extra medication that I don't need that's going to cause a problem later on in life? Like, I just never took that. So they did give me oxy to go home. Now, because it is very painful when you get that kidney transplant, like your scar area, it's pain, like, you know, so they give it to you just for a little bit. They don't give you a whole lot, but they do give you a little bit to take as needed, 1 or 2 for every 6 hours. So that was a pain reliever that would help with the pain. And I try not to take that as much because I didn't want to get addicted. I don't have addicted personality, but I just hear all these horror stories. And I have a friend that's also in like the health industry. And she's telling me all these horror stories about people getting addicted to these pain medications. And I just didn't want to be one of those people. So I personally never took a lot of it. They also gave me a stool softener. So in case, you know, your body's getting adjusted and you're backed up from the surgery and all the medications. So they did give me a stool softener that I did have to take if I needed it as needed. What else did I have? And that was pretty much it for my beginning, it says. So it wasn't a lot like a lot of people have. But for right now, like I said, I am only taking these every day. Cellcept, I take 500 milligrams in the morning and 5 at night. So that's 1,000 milligrams a day. And then I just take one of these in the morning, which is 5 milligrams. Outside of that, that's all the medication that I'm taking. So you know what the best part about taking these medications is? It gives me a second chance at life. These medications keep me alive. Yes, you know, it lowers my immune system, but it's lowering my immune system for a reason. So I don't go into rejection. So I can be here to, you know, live my life with my kids, follow my passion, come on here and do these videos for you guys. You know, sometimes I used to be like, why me, God? Why me? Right? And then I stopped questioning because I felt like my purpose was to be here, is to guide people, to be that light for other people. This mission that I'm on is bigger than me, and that's how I see this. As you guys can see my shirt. You guys remember this shirt from back in the day? My Jesus and Coffee. I used to make these shirts. It's just like, I just thank God for everything that I have. I thank God that I even am alive because like I said, back in the day, this wasn't even an option to get a kidney transplant. A while ago, people used to die all the time, but I'm just grateful to be alive. We should be grateful to be alive. And even though you have to take a lot of medications, you're still here, right? So plan out your medications properly. Get yourself on a schedule. Don't miss your medications. And I did get, you know, in my book, it does tell you if you miss your medication, you're within that 4-hour window, take it, okay? Just take it. Get back on track. If you miss it, get back on track. Do not keep missing these medications because you're playing with your life and it's nothing to play around with. But I just wanted to come on here and just, you know, let you guys know what I used to take and what I'm taking. But these 3 medications that I'm on is easy right now. It's easy for me to manage. Like I said, it's just the Prednisone, the Cellcept, and then the IV infusion once a month. So like I said, comment below. Let me know what you're taking so we can see and we can compare and have a discussion about this. If you guys have any other videos that you guys want me to make, please let me know. Otherwise, I love and I appreciate you guys. See you guys next time.